Welcome. You're here today. Let's have a look what we're doing. It's live. Just go with it. Lost my words there. Put that into the blooper reel. So today we'll be looking at the fall, the crash, the demise of NFTs. Or could it be a new beginning rather than the end? So let's have a little look at this. So if you watch my video, that is going to be appearing in the top right hand corner. Weekend, so like from Friday through to Saturday and Sunday, rose astonishing 25%. And what was that caused by? So in that video I talk about Solana Monkey Business, their third generation PFPs that come out, these barrels which are going to be cracked open hopefully in a week or so. We'll talk more about those in a moment. But yeah, anyway, that caused a massive increase in the Solana price. And go and check out that video, and I'll talk a little bit more about Solana Monkey Business. But let's have a look. Let's get an update on what's going on with that particular play that I did. So I had a NFT mortgage on RainFi using my OK Bear. So that's process of the mortgages. You could pay 50% or whatever percentage it might be. You put that forward against your NFT that you want to buy, and then you put up the rest for that NFT. So I did it on the barrel. So then if you're holding that and the price goes up, you just pay off what you need to pay off for the amount that you bought it at the floor price you bought it for. But if the NFT rises and you just want to sell it and make a profit, you could sell it. You can only do it by instant sell on there. So instant sell, and then it goes on to a platform called Tensor, which is a trading tool, trading platform, marketplace aggregator. So you buy it, pay it off, whatever it is, so regardless of the increase in price, you paid for what it was at the time, you paid half for that, pay off the other half. If you decide you want to take profit, you can pay it off by instant sell. The loan for that half is cleared through the sell, and you get the other half as well. So that's the play that I was trying. If this had worked out, it could have worked out well, or if it goes terribly wrong, you end up owing some money towards something. So yeah, we got out of that yesterday. So when I actually took out this mortgage, I didn't have the other 50%, so I took out a loan on the OK Bear, and then they gave me the rest to do the mortgage. It was very, very risky, terribly risky thing to do, but I thought I'd give this a go, give it a try. Now, the barrel. So this is the barrel. The prices when it came out, it was a raffle. More details in the video. Hopefully you know about it already. Check out the other video that we have linked. But it was raffle, public raffle for 19.9 Solana, and a small fee. Those who won the raffle were delivered the barrels. Those who did not win the raffle were refunded their soul, which was great. It was like, okay, great, you get it refunded. So I had actually entered that. 27th is when the public raffle, or the 29th, actually the 29th was when the public raffle began. I didn't unfortunately win that, but then I thought I'd try this mortgage idea to see if, all right, let's get back in. Anyway, let's get into the charts and talk about what we had. So this chart here, I'm using sniper.xyz. It is a tool for basically aggregating all of the markets, so you can purchase things, and you can also do set a sniper bot to buy things at certain levels and then relist at a level straight away. So we can buy something, relist it, buy it, relist it, etc. like that. It also give us on the right hand side here our order book, and order book is the bids and the purchase orders that are coming in, and sell orders as well. So what are the listing prices in the red here? So we can see how many people are listing at what certain price. You can see here someone's at 5,445 SOL. Next one is 1,598 SOL, and so forth and so forth. And you can see how many people are putting in those listings. So we can see most people here, they want to get about 40 to 50 Solana. That's the majority of people who have got the listings, and you can see this updating all the time. So anywhere between that 440 to kind of 80, that's where people are kind of hopeful. Most people are hopeful anywhere between 40 and 50. In the green below that, we have our bids or the buy orders, and we can see that people who want to buy obviously want to buy cheap, sell high, and people who already got them or wanted to sell high. But yeah, the buy orders, most people are hoping to get somewhere between 30 to 35. So some people at 20 to 30, and so forth and so forth. So you can see that. So it's a good tool to see, like, okay, lots of people are selling. This is the price they're selling at. This is the price that people want to buy at. Is it going to move? Is that going to get eaten up by those buy and sell orders? Don't pretend to fully understand that. Much like with crypto, you can see these things as well, but I'm not a trader. So there are videos of people who are much more acute in trading. Well, you check them out in the description below. We've got market analysis and crypto analysis and macro analysis in there from Coin Bureau. You've got Jason Pizzino with his macro cycle analysis and stuff like that to do with crypto. So go and check out those videos below. There's about 4 different videos there, different people I follow, and they're going to give you much more in-depth kind of things about trading and the macro analysis and all that kind of thing. Welcome, viewer. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us for this live stream today. And yes, just to let everyone know, if you are watching this video or if you watch the recording, you can earn some fuzzy coin. So in the description, you will see there details of how to do that. Step number 1, make sure you have Social Connector set up. So if you don't have Social Connector already, make sure you set it up. Just need an email address and a password. So click the link below in the description to get that set up. Join my Discord server, and I'll be able to reward you token if you comment on this video. So just make a comment, let me know over in our support channel on the Discord server, and I can send you some fuzzy coin as a reward. So thank you, viewer, for being with us today, and those who watched the recording. So I got a little bit sidetracked there. So yeah, let's have a look at what happened with the price action. So when I got in with this mortgage, I think with this chart shows it with the royalties. I think we're at that kind of like 41. So yeah, so it launched, and then the 1st of July was when everything started to go on, and then I think we've got yeah, so around about that kind of price here. I didn't really realize that was the price I was buying at. I thought it was a bit lower. I know Gary Henderson, he bought it like kind of 36, so he was in profit for a bit, and I was not in profit. But then we got to a point, although this is with royalties, we did get to a point where we were hitting sort of 42. So, and then with the royalties, people were paying like 45. We had a lot of resistance. We had a lot of resistance at 41 Solana without any royalties, and 42 Solana without the royalties. It was difficult to push through those. There was a lot of people selling. People who already have monkeys got them at 12 sol for the barrel. Then there was a pre-sale at 16, and then there was this public raffle. So 12, 16, 19.9, 19.9. So anywhere above that, people were going to be in profit. People that just wanted to sell. So there was a lot of selling happening, and there wasn't enough buyers to get us through. So we had some resistance, came down a bit, went back up a bit more, but then eventually we had more sales. Buyers tried to go back up again, but it wasn't strong enough. There wasn't enough buyers compared to sellers. And then we have been on a descent ever since that point. So ever since, and this is on a 1 hour time scale, but ever since the 12th UTC on the 2nd of July, so that was 2 days ago, that would have been Saturday, we've had a decline until we got to now, which is current, down 14%. So over a day and 3, just going down and down. When the barrel is revealed, typically with NFTs, after a reveal, there will be more of a drop. So I myself have put in some orders. Well, actually just the one. I've used the sniper bot here on Sniper, and I've set it like 25 sol. And I'm just going to see if I can snipe one at 25 sol, hoping that it will increase. I've got currently have a 20-day loan on my OK Bear. reason I've done that. OK Bear prices are coming down. We'll cover that in a moment. And if I've already from 82 SOL that I bought the OK Bear at, is down to 42 SOL on the floor as a floor price. It could hold that. It's got a history of holding that price, but if it goes down any further, then by having the loan at what I'm currently at, which I only can get over 30 SOL, but if it goes below 30 SOL, like 25, 20 SOL, which I don't know if it would do, but if it did during that 20 days, then I may just let that be liquidated. You know, and you would just have the SOL and then buy in at a lower price. So some people are using loans to kind of hedge against that and use them kind of like a stop loss. Because I'm not constantly having an eye on these things. I get things for utility. I get things for the membership, the community. That price has been going down and down. But anyway, I've just been discussing that without actually chart for that. So we'll go over to let's go over to OK Bear's chart now. I should have shown you all of that. So anyway, that's Solana Monkey business. The barrels, we'll get rid of this window for now. And then let's go to OK Bears. I'm going to show you what I was talking about. So I thought that OK Bears at some point maybe got into like 100, 200 sort of area on Sol. Apparently not. According to these charts, which I'm just looking at Magic Eden. Now you got to remember, Sol was a hell of a lot more expensive back in 2021, 2022, probably more 2022 actually. You know, getting to like a $200 price range. So at that point, when that was that much for Sol, we were getting 80, about 83 was the top. That's without the royalties. And then coming down into the end of last year. So all the crypto, as I say in the video description, the year of 2022 was the downturn. We had the summer, and then through into the winter, prices of cryptos coming down. Bear market was here. Everything was coming down. NFTs have been coming down as well. Everything has a byproduct. So you've got the macro, which affects the crypto. And the crypto affects the NFTs. And you can have ups and downs and volatility all in there and make money or lose money in between. But generally, it's been a descent. So this is the OK Bear pricing in terms of just being Solana. Came down. I was not, once again, there was something I wasn't in. I liked the ethos of them. I like the manifesto. I like the kind of message and narrative they came out with. All going to be okay. It was as the bear market was happening, beginning to happen, or being realized anyway. And yeah, just kind of generally just like the feel of what they were about. Eventually learned some more about it. It is a good community, definitely the UK community. The UK bears are the main reason I hold the NFT. And I bought one at the price I did, which was compared to 60 to 82, so 30-something% higher, because I wanted to be in part of the DAOs, so decentralized autonomous organizations, be part of UK Bears, but also had a wood fur, and so I was able to join the wood fur DAO, the wood bears as well. So yeah, so we had it coming down and coming down and coming down until November, when then it eventually started to come back up. By that point, I got in kind of like December, so we were about, well, just before Christmas, so probably around about this area here. Actually, this mouse might not be the best. Let's get a little pointer. Can we get a pointer? Wish. That's better. If you can see the arrow, see my hand, then little finger there. So yeah, so around about this area here is then another top. So just before Christmas, well, after Christmas, 27th December, it got back up, came back down. Trying to go back up, didn't quite make it, go back down. And then here more recently, now in June, when you think things are coming up, it just doesn't have the volume, just doesn't have the buyers. Sentiment with OK Bears has gone up and down. They bring stuff out, they try things, doesn't always get communicated very well necessarily to the community beforehand. People that are down in general in NFTs, people who bought at the top at the higher prices thinking we were carrying on. So yeah, the behavior of buyers, collectors is an interesting one because it's essentially a speculative market. Not everyone is buying for utility of the community. They're buying because they think they can make a profit and make a flip and stuff like that. Although there are lots of lovely people in each community, depending on where you bought in, there might be different things. I personally, when I bought in at a lower price, Although technically, I suppose in SOL terms, it was a higher price, but I had been DCAing and had my created coins I liquidated and all that kind of thing. So I just kind of, once I put money into crypto, it's kind of gone. It's like the money value now, I wouldn't even want to look at how much the SOL was. Just yeah, I wouldn't want to have a look at it, to be honest with you. I don't want to feel the pain of how much money has been basically vanished in that 50% that since I bought it. But anyway, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going, because what we're here today is to have a little look at the different collections and see what's going on, and you can just get a bit of a trend and just generally see how things have gone. So famous foxes, some old school builders in the Solana ecosystem built some quite cool tools. First ones to build raffles, coin flips, then general like degen tools, swap, like a sort of escrow swap, and a token marketplace for random utility tokens and things like that. So their prices, they were up into 88s until December last year, and then once again kind of come down, kind of holding a bit of support, but yeah, that's up and down, up and down, up and down. We were going to look at Klanos, but I think we'll just leave that at that. But let's look at Ethereum NFTs, because obviously Ethereum, bigger chain, more liquidity, been around longer. Bored Ape Yacht Club. Now, these things were like in 100 something Ethereum at one point. Once again, I can't seem to get a chart for that over a longer period of time, because I'm not too familiar with what tools we use on Ethereum, unfortunately, to get charts. But just gone on OpenSea. I mean, just in the last 30 days, so that's 3 months, we're just seeing coming down. Now, it's at like just shy of 30 Ethereum, from 100 to 30. What's going on here, we wonder. Now, I didn't really think about this until earlier today. I listened to a couple of spaces, coffee this morning. Oh, hey, Renee, didn't see you there. But yeah, so why is that? Why are these coming down? I think perhaps, and we talked about this earlier in coffee with Gary, and we kind of hinted on this in a few times. Everything was just kind of generally inflated. Everything in NFTs was just crazy. Everything in crypto, everything in stocks and stuff like that during that whole pandemic time. And with a lot of these projects, their prices weren't necessarily true. There was a lot of buying your own collection, manipulation, wash trading, whale groups, whales buying up a load, pumping stuff up. So in fact, what was held as like the holy grail of NFTs, Bored Ape Yacht Club, the most expensive one, more than the punks, and the punks weren't too far off. Was their prices that they had a realistic price for what it was at the time? And now, with things developing with Bored Apes, being games, it seems to be there as a company that I don't particularly follow, but Dookie Dash and some other games, and the sort of gaming developing is what they're bringing out. They never came out with that initially. That was like what they were going to do. It was kind of, you had a Bored Ape, it was the status symbol, it was just really cool to have a Bored Ape. Celebrities had Bored Apes, yeah, and now the holders they don't resonate with the narrative. They don't resonate with being a gaming company. They just don't seem to want it. So amazing that the prices have come down and down and down and down. Now we get into kind of a death spiral here, where people aren't buying and people want to sell, and their prices keep on coming down, and they'll try and sell. We've seen that in the draft tower as well, not at these levels, but we have seen it in our different prices that we've had. So yeah, that was it really. So that was something just want to have a look at into the NFTs. Now, I was wondering, is it a case of also that we're having, perhaps because Bitcoin is starting to come up, and we're going to get near to a time where things might start to take off in the coming second half of the year, the next 2 quarters of the year, perhaps, or begin that process into 2024. There are cycles where liquidity will go into Bitcoin, then it will go into altcoins, and have the mid caps and the small caps and things like that, and then rotate all around again. That's what people who are trading crypto will be doing and the cycles, the different cycles. And you can see a chart on that. Not too sure what that is right now, but if you're in my Discord channel, Discord server, we'll try and pick that up, and those who are members can see that cycle. Where we are in that cycle, I don't really know, but once again, if you check out the description, you can see people like Jason Pizzino, Data Dash, and other YouTubers that I follow, and they'll discuss a lot more in depth and a lot more confidently about that. But yeah, looking at the Bitcoin dominance, so this is how dominant in the market is Bitcoin in terms of its market cap in comparison to the rest of the crypto space. We've had since September 2022, slowly coming back up. So November coming back up again. So the Bitcoin dominance has been coming up this summer. It kind of went sideways for a little bit in April until we get to end of May, now into June, and it has quite a lot in dominance. So if you are trying to increase your value, USD value, perhaps, altcoins are going to be weaker compared to Bitcoin, and Ethereum will be next as well, but your market cap there is stronger. So basically, if you want to make more USD, you're going to just, at this point in time in the cycle, Bitcoin would be more the place to do that. And then when things cycle back into the altcoins, then you would be in altcoins and have that all over again. But yeah, it's been going up. It's coming down a little bit in the dominance the last couple of days, but it is generally looking like Bitcoin dominance is on its way up. And if you look at the video in the description below, Jason Pizzino, he does talk about the macro, so S&P 500 and wider stocks and things like that, and the cycles and how that affects Bitcoin. So that would be a really good video to make sure you check out below. And just to finish off, because we were looking at the NFTs, people were calling these things blue chips for a long time. Thank you very much, Renee. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for seeing me do. Thanks for the support and the kind words. I do actually have live streams that I've done before. If you check out our live stream section, so if you go on YouTube, go to the lives. There are various lives that I've done. I do them now and again. So I'm just trying to do them a little bit more as there's topical things coming up. But yeah, make sure you check out those videos. It really helps to watch other videos of mine, and you can watch shorter videos in the video section as well, where I keep those videos much shorter, to like 5 minutes or so. These streams depends on how long I get chatting. but yeah, hope you're enjoying it. Thank you very much for the support there, Renee, and make sure you hit me up in the Discord server in the support channel, and I'll make sure I give you some fuzzy coin. That's something I've seen from Dunk. If anyone watching us now, you want to check out Jonathan Duncanley at Dunk Media. He is doing videos about AI at the moment, so obviously that's a lot of things he's playing with, and that's the trend at the moment. But he rewards people with his own coin, the Dunk coin, for watching the streams. So I thought, that's a good call to action. I will tell people to comment in my videos, and I will reward you some fuzzy coin, because I appreciate you being here and supporting me, and I give you some coin. You collect the coin. You can either use that for things that I bring out, or you can use that to turn it back into Sol and turn that back into USD if you desire. So yeah, let's finish off. So the blue chip thing, the blue chip argument. So all of those NFTs that I've shown you, people are, the blue chips, this is the blue chip, this is the blue chip. It's like, what does a blue chip actually mean? Like, we use a lot of traditional market terms in crypto, but it's a new financial asset which has not been around for very long. So what actually really classifies something as a blue chip? Well, in Investopedia, a great resource, Investopedia, for all things to do with stocks and traditional, and they have a bit of crypto stuff in there as well. Let's have a look at what this actually means. Blue chip meaning and examples. So brief description here. So a nationally recognized, established, and financially sound company that has a large capitalization and trades on a major stock exchange. Okay, well, stock exchange is out of the question, because obviously they're NFTs. They're not going to be on the stock exchange. We can kind of be flexible with that. Are they nationally recognized? Are they well established? Are they financially sound? Most of these NFT projects, which are trying to become businesses and companies, which kind of was that a project first, a bit of artwork, and then as money's come in and they're like, oh, we've got to do something with all this money, and we have holders who, like 10,000 people who hold a token, they expect something from us. All developing business models or trying to do it, and it's a startup. They're startup companies. Whether they were legitimately companies before or not, they are essentially that. Now, your collectors, people like, and we talked about this in coffee, collectors like to think they're investors. You're not. We're using these terms, we're calling things investors, but you hold something, you bought the artwork, you're a collector of the artwork, and you may sell it, you may work, but you're not an investor in the same sense or any sense as you would be in stocks. That's something I do agree with, because I've never actually gone with that energy and thinking that, because that's where it becomes a security. Am I going to profit on someone else doing something, or am I going to just hold it and I'm going to then, just enjoy what I've got and use the utility of the utilities there. So yeah, so let's have a look a bit more into the blue chip. So the blue chip, what is a blue chip? We talked about nationally recognized. Blue chip companies have reputable brands that have built and maintained over many years. So for any of these NFT projects that are now brands, for them to become the status of a blue chip in the sense of what we're familiar with, it's going to take a while. Like, we're at the beginning of these companies. We're at the beginning of the space. We're at the beginning of tokenizing a brand, having a bit of ownership of something in terms of identity, being part of the club. That's what these things are. NFTs are membership to a club. You join it, maybe get access to something. Is it the utility they're bringing out? Is it the events they're bringing out? Is it the toys they're bringing out? Whatever it might be, you're getting access to something as a club member. So we've got a long way to go. But that's what blue chip is. The company has established a reputable brand that's been built and maintained for over many years. And the fact that they have weathered multiple downturns in the economy make them a stable companies that have in your portfolio. That is a blue chip. You can ride the storm. So when something's really well established, nationally known by billions of people, hundreds of millions of people, whatever it might be, that will become blue chip. And you can look this up. There's a lot more in here about that. A lot more in about the takeaways, understanding what a blue chip is, the history of that, etc. Now, I appreciate we can't use all of the traditional definitions to talk about this new asset class, but at the same time, why are we using these terms from that traditional space? It's like, okay, well, there's a bit of a middle ground. I think we're going to use these word blue chips. We need to look at this. What actually makes that a blue chip? Because we're now in an economic downturn, and although stocks aren't necessarily, you look at that video from Jason Prezino below, stocks are doing great, absolutely great. In fact, if you're a member of the Leverage Club, Dr. Brian, if you're doing options tradings right now, you are making bank, and this space, the crypto space, NFT space, not necessarily. So I think really good call. If I could do this myself, I would do, but I'm not a trader or able to access options. Do the options trading, my personal opinion, earn some money out of that under the guidance of someone like Dr. Brian. I'll make sure I put a link to his community in the comments below, and then take your money, just DCA into Bitcoin, maybe a bit of Sol, a bit of Ethereum. Those kind of free things might be good. DCA, personal opinion, not financial advice. But then when the bull market comes and you've done your 1% of whatever earning 1 to 5% into the crypto, don't do all of your money like me. Don't do all of that. And then eventually bull market comes in Bitcoin, boom, crypto, boom. Great stuff. Happy days. So that's it really. So we just wanted to look at that and what qualifies a company as a blue chip. Get a little more description here. But yeah, check that out, Investopedia. I'll probably just put in the comments below as well, and see what you think. Do you consider, if you look at NFTs and look at what the history is in the last only 2 almost years, I suppose, does it really warrant those titles? And I think at this point we are not aware of anything that's a blue chip. So Azuki's come down. Now it's only 6.18. Obviously Azuki had a lot of FUD from their new drop that came. Mutant Apes is down as well. D-Gods, I imagine, is a bit down. Never really had much of them. Pudgy Penguins. I mean, that's definitely down. Where's even the Slappy Seals? Where are they? Punks don't have a price because no one wants to sell a punk. They love it. Punks were originally an airdrop, but it was completely free. For like back, if you were around and you claimed that, it was completely free. Just paid your gas, and that was it. That was what punk was. It was a bit of art just for anyone to have. So Pudgy Pendrines, little Pudgy, so that must be a secondary thing. I don't even see the seals in here at all. Happy Seals, no. Cool Cats, oh wow, Cool Cats down at 0.61. I mean, I remember seeing here in the name Cool Cats. Anyway, I am getting distracted once again. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for joining us to the end. Make sure you watch my other videos. They'll be appearing here. Make sure you click those videos that are coming above now, and you can see my previous videos in relation to the price action that happened in Solana. And make sure you watch my other videos to learn more. Have a lovely day. Take care and goodbye.